All right. I think we're good to go. All right. Hi. Hey guys, how's it going? How y'all doing? Hope you guys are doing fine. Oh. Hello, Funny Time, Laco, Suave, and JBK. And everyone watching idly, hello to you as well. Greetings, greetings. Yeah, I'll give people a little bit to join before I do the intro. Oh, yeah, he didn't. Well, I forgot it was happening. Hi, Lindsay. Hello. How was your day? Tiring. Very tiring. I'm very tired. I wasn't even sure I was going to do the stream today, but I'm here. I had to turn down the music. Hang on. I just realized. Okay, here we go. Hello. Yeah, so I'm tired. If that wasn't audible, and I wasn't sure if I was going to stream today. I was also considering doing it later, but I happened to get home on time, so I just got home. I'm winding down for the day, so let's chill stream seems fine. I can probably do that, right? I guess we'll find out. I got a big ass thing of water here with me. But before I get into my day, how was everyone else's day? How was your day? Tell me about how you guys have been. Hello, hello, and welcome, Joseph. Hello. Bum, bum, bum. My brother had a ballroom competition today, and I still have to pack tonight. I only have one day left in Florida, and I leave. Well, I'm happy to hear that you're actually leaving and heading back to Ukraine. I mean, of course, stay safe. You know that. You don't need me to tell you. I'm sure your whole family's been telling you to be safe, so go and have fun with it. I don't know. Something less sad. But no, I'm happy that you're heading back to Ukraine and taking care of Shuriken. So good to hear. Good to hear. How about the rest of you? How about the rest of you? I know there's more of you. Tell me, even if it's just a simple good or bad. Eating a cinnamon roll. I'm chilling. Hey, that's something. Well, welcome to the stream. Hopefully, hopefully this matches your chill energy. Last time I was in Florida, I went to Disney. Yeah, my family's considering going to Disney World next May, and they invited me, but I'm not big on traveling, so I don't know if I'm gonna do it. I might, but yeah. Shuri is super excited. Well, I'm excited for you too. I hope you two have fun over there, even though you don't need me to tell you. You already know. But happy to hear you got everything cleared up before having to head back out. Did you support Ukraine UA to donate? Yeah, I did. I did a 15-mat charity stream as well. Of course, I had donated some personal amount, but I also hosted a charity stream to support the European Red Cross. Was it European Red Cross? I forget the exact name of it, but it was the Red Cross that was focusing most of their support on Ukraine. So, I have good friends over there. So, yeah, I did what I could. I'm still trying to convince him to move to Colorado. Ultimately, Lindsay, if he doesn't want to come to Colorado, he doesn't have to. I know the housing market recently is pretty shit. So, unfortunately, he's going to be worrying about money no matter where he moves. So I think Colorado isn't that much of a bad decision, but like I don't want to make him move somewhere where he's not wanting to live. So still his decision, but I mean I would like it. I would appreciate it, but my feelings aside, it is about the two of you. So do what you guys think is right. All right. Well, I think we've been stalling long enough. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Yeah, this is a Let's Chill stream. I try and do these once or twice a month, just to kind of keep in contact with my side of the community and my fan base. It's a chance for me to tell you what's been going on in my life. It's a chance for you to tell me what's been going on in yours. It's just a conversation, but also, more importantly, it's an excuse to do a Q&A, because I hate doing Q&A videos and I get questions all the time. So if you have questions for me, now is a fantastic time to ask them. Otherwise, I'm just going to be blabbering on about the shit that's been happening in my life and the projects that I'm working on. Being fully transparent with you guys is something that I pride myself in. So yeah, that's what this stream is for. We're not going to be playing games. We're not going to be animating. It's just you, me, and this camera in this stream, I guess. So can I ask one question about anime? Go ahead, drop it. Put it over. If he has you, if he has you as a friend nearby, well, yeah. But I mean, I don't know. I just don't want to make someone move somewhere just because I'm here, because then I'd feel like shit if there was no other reason for them to move here. So, yeah. What is happening with Camila Cueva? I don't know how to say their name. I was gonna say Camila. I don't know, honestly. I've heard that she's been in hot water recently. For those of you who don't know, Camila is the creator of Jade, the pink stick figure with purple hair and the fire fans and the staff thing, the pokies at the end. Yeah, they are the creator of Nemesis, the Nemesis clan. But they are more recently known for their Undertale series that I can't remember the name of. Glitch Tale, that's the one. They're very successful with that series. That's probably what they're most known for, but in terms of the stick figure community, they are the creator of Jade, the RHG, the creator of Nemesis. And for whatever reason, they're getting in hot water. I don't know anything about it because it seems like she's not as attached to the stick figure community anymore, and she's more in the Undertale community, which is fine. It's not a reason for me to be interested, so I have no idea what's going on. But I mean, I also don't really care. I've been staying as far away from drama as I can. So I haven't actually watched Glitch Tale, now that I think about it. I've just heard about it, and I know that Camila is the creator of it. I might watch it. I might not. I don't know. Undertale's not something that I'm like super into, so... what is hot water? Hot water is just controversy. It's another term for controversy. So they're from what I've heard, people are saying that she's a liar and she's just a bad person. And to be completely honest with you, I don't care. I just don't, honestly. Mostly because she's not really in the stick figure community, but secondly because I just don't like controversy. Like back in like 2016, 2017, I was following all the content cops and shit, but it's not healthy. It's not healthy to keep up to date with all that sort of shit. Like they're just people online, and people put these their community, their fan base puts them on a pedestal, and whenever they do one bad thing, whether it be a really bad thing or just a minor bad thing that people are blowing out of proportion, then they just fucking crumble. It becomes just a much bigger deal than it ever needed to be. So yeah, I don't really care. So yeah, I'm not gonna weigh in my opinion because I don't know anything about it. Yeah, happy vibes here. Yeah. I don't like controversy, and I don't think you should look into it either, because it's not useful information, unfortunately. I mean, again, if she was a part of the stick figure community, I might be more into that, because that is the community that I am heavily in. I think the only other situation where I would get involved in controversy if I was the one directly responsible for the controversy to have started, or if it was about me. Unless, if I'm not directly involved in it already, I'm not going to insert myself, and I'm not going to look into it. I just don't care. It's not healthy for your brain to keep up to date on all of the drama and the tea that goes on YouTube and the internet in general. So, how does smear work? I tried doing what you did, but I was so confused how you did it. So smear is usually a term to convey a far distance of movement in a very fast amount of time, in a minimal number of frames. So say I have this otter, this otter 3D print that I made, and say I have him starting right here. You know, I could have him here frame 1, frame 2, frame 3, frame 4, frame 5, frame 6, frame 7, frame 8, frame 8, frame 9, etc., etc. If they're having a consistent movement, there's no need for a smear. But say I want them to make in a very exaggerated movement. They'll go 1, 2, 3, and then this frame, I would essentially, I'd essentially squish and squash them, and maybe add some artifacts of their line art to convey that missing movement in this portion, right? Because we have them in frame 1 and frame 2, but in frame 3, there's a lot of information missing. So this is where it would be a good, this is a good space to add a smear. And then after the smear, you only really need like 1 or 2 frames of smear in a row. Usually it's only 1. That's all you really need to convey the missing movement. And then after that, you just continue like normal. But keep in mind, it's usually only for extremely fast movement. Only when there's missing movement, that's where you fill in the gaps. It's kind of like glue in a way. So hopefully that helped explain smearing. And unfortunately, it's not something that you're going to get right the first time. Like a lot of things, it's going to take practice. So good luck with that. I made the announcement. I saw that. Thank you. I honestly just didn't care enough to announce it. So I appreciate you doing that. Yeah. All right. Learn anything new in the community or work this week? We could talk about the dojo ranking system, because I have some thoughts about that, especially their recent development. So, for those of you who are following the Dojo YouTube channel, you may have noticed a video came out yesterday about Dojo ranks. And to fill you in case you didn't watch it, essentially what Dojo ranks are, it's a way to rank your skill set within the Discord community and the Discord server. You essentially submit 3 animations. You can submit 1 or 2, but 3 is the max. You can submit 3 animation max, and over the next 3 days, the entire community, if they are participating in the system, they can vote on which rank you're at. So, for example, if you're very beginner animation and your animations aren't really that good, you'll be placed in the Grasshopper rank. If you're a beginner, you're not Grasshopper, but you're a little bit better, you'll be placed in Ronin, and then I don't know, I think it goes like Ninja, Shonen, I don't remember all of the ranks, but that's the idea, is that people will rate you, they will give you what rank they think you should be, and then they will tally up all of those ranks, round them up, they each have their own different values, and then you will be placed in a rank. And then after 7 days of that rank being posted, you can resubmit your portfolio if you believe that you have made improvements, and then the whole voting system starts over. And then those new votes will apply, and then your rank will either go up, it might go down. I don't know if it actually does, but it also, hang on, sorry, I'm collecting my thoughts. Among the ranks, the top 2, I believe, are I don't know, Omni. It's something O, but that rank, there's only 6 slots in that rank. And the only way to get into that rank is by like tournaments or competition. Not 100% sure. But then the winner of those 6 at the very top will get the chosen one rank. I have thoughts about this. I will say this is all just my personal opinion. I am going to vocalize it here. I don't know if I did the last time. I remember talking about this, but now that it's public, but yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I don't like the ranking system, and I'm not saying that you all should dislike it. I would look into it yourself. Don't let me influence your decision on whether or not you think this is good, this is productive, whatever you want to think about it. Please look at it yourself and give your own thoughts, give your own 2 cents. If you don't like it because of your conclusion, and maybe my points might sway you to one side or another, that's fine. But if you like it, more power to you. If it's something that you think helps you and you just think it's fun, more power to you. But I do want to vocalize why I don't think it's good. I think it promotes competition especially with like the whole tournament system at the very top. But also it promotes comparison. Generally, in the animation and art community, it is looked down on to compare yourself with other people. And I believe that this is promoting that mindset of comparing yourself with the others who have higher ranks and understanding why aren't you at Ronin? Why are you at Grasshopper? You know, that's I don't know. It seems like the wrong motivation to improve in your animations. Because there's one way to improve is if you genuinely want to improve, which is how you're going to find the most enjoyment out of what you do. I think that's really it. That's all that should be important, right? Is to, you improve your skill set just because you want to, not because you have a negative ranking or a lower ranking than you would like. But what the ranking system does is that it can allow you valuable information as to how you can improve. But I think most people will end up just comparing themselves to who has that higher role. And something that can happen most of the time, I do believe this is a joke, but what can happen is people will question why one of their friends that they believe is less talented than most of the group is ranked higher than them. There is an instance that's happening in my personal friend group, but we're all understanding that it's a joke. It's just a bit. Though I do believe that it could be taken too far. I'm not going to go much farther than that, though. And I had a discussion with this about the mods and the people who had this idea and wanted to start this. And they said that, this, maybe that's a good test to see if they're true friends or not. And sure, if all it takes is a simple ranking system to destroy a friend group, maybe that friend group wasn't meant to be. But is that really their space to do that? Is that really their responsibility? I don't know. That feels wrong. Yeah, I don't like it. But the reason a lot of people are finding it controversial recently is because they have limited access to the collab forms for people who are only placed Ronin or higher. So I think Lunsar said earlier it goes Grasshopper is the lowest, then Monk is the second lowest, then Ronin is the third lowest rank. And you have to be Ronin or higher to host a collaboration. I don't like this, and I had a lengthy discussion with Hyun and the mods yesterday about it, and how I think it's not right to block collaborations, the forums at least, behind the animation ranking system, because animation and hosting collaborations are two entirely separate skill sets, right? You have one that is art, you learning the 12 principles of animation, applying them correctly. The other one is communicating with people, managing a project, managing deadlines, editing everything together. Those two are completely separate skill sets. I know people who, in my opinion, are Grasshopper or Monk that can host amazing collaborations. At this point, they should have access to a community page, a community Discord, where they can host their collaborations, which would be good, which might even be feature worthy, but they can't because they aren't skilled enough in their animation. That to me is absolutely ridiculous. So I talked with Hyun, and I don't want anyone to go spreading hate about this over to them, because I already did share all of my thoughts, and I had a lengthy conversation with them about it. I am a little disappointed of how defensive they were about it. They were very defensive and like, no, this is how this is going to work. I'm mostly disappointed that they've locked it off from the rest of the community. They've locked off the collab forms from the rest of the community in order to try and standardize quality on the forms, because there were a lot of abandoned collabs. But this is not the way to do it. I think that the ranking system should be entirely optional, 100% optional. And I know that they agree, but their quick term answer to, sorry, I don't know if that came out on the mic, but their quick term answer is to apply the collab forms and clean up the collab forms by, thank you for the subscription, can't read the name, but thank you, appreciate it, is to apply the collaboration forms for only people who have Ronin and above. And originally it was Ninja, and because of the backlash that they got because of that announcement, they lowered it down to Ronin, which did not solve the problem at all. They missed the point entirely by doing that. So we talked, and I have been brainstorming better ways to do it, and I already do have a couple ideas that I believe would be better than using the animation ranking system, which again, I just really want to nail in the fact that they're incredibly different skill sets. They're nothing alike, so they should have nothing to do with each other. I'm coming up with ideas myself, and I will be proposing them to Hyun. I am disappointed that they're so defensive about it. They feel so strong. Some of the responses that Hyun gave me, I felt were like he was pushing the blame onto other people. Don't feel too strongly about that statement. I don't want people to go on and bully Hyun for any of this. Please don't. That's immature. We're trying to have a civil discussion. I'm just expressing my frustrations here with the system and their rules, because I think it's just plain ridiculous. So I think I'll end my thoughts there. I think I conveyed all of my thoughts. If you're interested in seeing that discussion, you can go on to the ranks chat on the Dojo Discord, and you could search my most recent message, and that's where the discussion is. Again, do not nag the mods or Hyun at all. Don't bug any of the staff about this. I'm trying to fix it. I care for the community, and I'm from my mindset, if this system was implemented when I was starting to host collaborations, I would not have been able to host collaborations. I would have considered myself either Grasshopper or a Monk. And if they had kept the Ninja, maybe Ronin at best. Like around Kryptonite, Collision, Level Up. I would not have considered myself worthy enough in my animation skill to warrant hosting a collaboration under this weird rule set that they have. So I wouldn't have had this area to have grown that collaboration and managing skill set. I would not have grown those skills. Like, I'm not worried about the system for myself. I'm fine, honestly. I can host a collaboration entirely without the dojo at this point. No worry, and I know it will be successful. I'm worried if there's someone else who's like me, like I was in 2017, but now. What if there's a potential second Antenna 360? What if there's someone else who could be a really great collab host? You are blocking them off from that opportunity. So that's the core of why I feel so strongly about this. You know, if this system was implemented in 2017, I wouldn't be here. Flat out, I wouldn't have the job that I have now. I wouldn't have this entire community. I wouldn't have created such incredible collaborations. So it disappoints me that that's the route that they went. But again, no hate towards them at all. This is just a discussion. It's a system that needs to be discussed and criticized. I'm just disappointed with how defensive they are. So, anywho, I think that's all I have to say about it. I vocalized my concerns. I spent quite a bit of time doing that. But, yeah. And I had a conversation about it with my friend Pieman, too. And we bounced ideas off of each other. So, anyways, that over. I'm going to try and fix it. I'm going to try and fix that whole system so they don't just leave. I mean, from the sounds of it, is if I don't come up with something, they're not going to do anything to fix it. They're just going to leave it as is. They just don't care, which, again, super disappointing to me. I don't understand that mindset. But I also respect their decision. They're hosting this community. They're probably already under a lot of stress. They're focused on managing the ranking system since it just dropped, so they're probably not as focused on the collaboration side, but it's still integral to this community to be able to host collaborations. So, okay, I'm actually gonna stop talking about it. Did you eat? I see water. I have eaten today. Yes, I did. I had both breakfast and lunch, and then once this stream is over, I will be eating dinner. I'm good. Yeah, I'll shut up for a little bit and I'll answer questions. If you have questions about anything, whether it be the topic I just discussed or a new question, feel free to ask. But I have not read chat that much for a little bit, so I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Okay, I don't think I missed too much. Can you still make collabs in the dojo, right? Like there's still options to do so, if only if you're Ronin or above. You have no access to the collab forums, which is pretty much your only outlet on the Discord server. You could probably try and promote your Discord server for a collaboration if that's the route that you're taking. But from my understanding, they also don't want you self-promoting your own project, so they're essentially eliminating a lot of potential collaborations. Both good and bad. I understand that they want to minimize the number of abandoned collabs and poorly hosted collabs. Sorry if you can hear that on the mic, it's a motorcycle. I just think this is the wrong way to do that. Yeah, I have more of a personal gripe with the limitation to the collab forms than I do the ranking system itself. I have my personal issues with the ranking system, but I'm not going to let my opinions ruin that for anyone else. I've already stated my opinions, and if that persuades your decision, that's you at that point. That's you at that point. I'm just expressing what I think about it. Sometimes you can only advise, but I care about this community. I care about this community a lot, and I know collaborations are very deeply rooted in this community. And if you're taking that away from people, that's going to kill a lot of it. And if you don't fix this system and you don't fix it fast, that could impact the community. You're already pretty much telling people, if you're not already great at hosting collaborations, then we don't want you here. That's what they're telling us. Your first collaboration is going to be shit. But what that allows you to do is not only improve that skill set by learning from failure, but it also gets you friends. It gets people talking about it, and it gets people criticizing your work, and you can take that critique and improve your later work. And the dojo should be a great place to do that. The website was fantastic for that. That's how I grew my skill sets, as mentioned before. But now they're just denying you that opportunity entirely. So I don't understand the decision. I mean, having better skills in animation still doesn't mean they could abandon a collab. But I mean, so that like you could have a fantastic animator, one of the greatest, and they're terrible at hosting collabs. But on the other end, as I've mentioned, you could have a terrible animator, someone who's just started out, but they're great at hosting collaborations, like myself. I'm a good animator now. I'm not saying I'm a terrible animator, but when I started, I was a terrible animator, but I made decent collabs. Like they get hundreds of thousands of views on the Dojo channel. So, you know, I think they're skipping a step. I think my friend Pieman put it in a really good way, is that they're building a highway with no on-ramp. It's great for the people who are on the highway, who are already really skilled in making collabs, but there's no way to let others, there's no way to introduce the concept and the skill to other people to get on that highway. So, you know. Jom's Imitator's collab part confused me. It's supposed to be funny. That's it. What's your opinions on Stick Idol collab? Is that the one that Ralph is hosting? The Stick Notes one? I don't have any strong opinions on it. I was going to participate in it, but I have not had time. So, my apologies. Yanero, thank you for the $5. I'll wait until the alert pops up to read it out. Are there any movies that you are interested in that are coming soon? I kind of want to see Oppenheimer. That one seems fun. And I might see Barbie. I've heard surprisingly good things about it. I thought it was just like a girl movie, but it seems a lot of guys are enjoying it too. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, again, Yanero, thank you for the $5. Yo, Big H, happy Sunday. But also coming at you with a serious question. Did you consider Stuntman 3 to be a success like you wanted? Somewhat. It wasn't as successful as I wanted it to become. I think Stuntman 2 set a very high bar, so I was kind of expecting it to. I mean, it didn't flop. It definitely didn't flop. People enjoyed it. People were talking about it, but it was nowhere nearly as successful as Stuntman 3. And I'm aware of a few reasons that might be, but those reasons are mostly out of my control. Stuntman 2. There was a lot of different kinds of people from different kinds of community, both really big and both really small. I don't know why I said both, and yeah, whatever. You don't give a shit. In Stuntman 3, there were a couple big creators but there weren't a lot of big creators. And I think one of the big reasons that Stuntman 2 popped off is because a lot of the big creators that were participating in it, they had uploaded their parts and linked people to the collaboration. That's like half of the marketing. I can prepare the marketing and try and advertise it to people as much as I want, but that's really only going to appeal to the people who were already participating. And I can try and get other people interested, but I can only do so much. You know, what's really going to get people interested is seeing their favorite animator in a collaboration with hundreds of others. And unfortunately, in Stuntman 3, there just wasn't a lot of that. And I knew that from compiling. And I would have loved for it to have gotten like 50K to 100,000 views by now, like that. That would have been fantastic. That would have blown my expectations out of the water. And I wouldn't have been able to explain it, maybe. But I think that's the main reason that it wasn't as successful as Stuntman 2 at launch. Again, still successful. I don't want to undersell it. Stuntman 3 is great. People loved it. People liked talking about it, and people still uploaded their parts. But it was simply just it did not have a lot of big animators, unfortunately. That's just what it comes down to. And when you're hosting collaborations, you kind of have to rely on the people that you have. So, you know, is what it is. I still have fun with it. I try to make it as good as possible, but there's only so much I could do at that point, you know. I think marketing it is the best that I can do, trying to sell it to those big animators and telling them, hey, here's my collab. You're big. You want to join? This is fun. I've done this before. Big people have joined before. I can only do that so many times. A funny story about Pymations. I do know him personally now. I had met him shortly after the last 15 Mat in 2022. And he had already participated in a couple of my collaborations before. And I had hung out with him again a couple months, like 3 or 4 months ago, maybe. And I had asked him, like, hey, you plan on participating in Stuntman 3? And he was too busy. There's nothing more than that. Unfortunately, that's just what happens. Some animators might want to really participate in it, but they can get busy. You don't get paid for it. If they were getting paid for it, it would be a different story entirely. If I had a massive budget, I could just go to a bunch of my favorite animators, very popular animators, and ask them to make a part if I were to pay them, and I would have better luck with it, but I don't have that kind of budget. That'd be an interesting route to take into the future, though. But yeah, Pymations wanted to participate, but he's just too busy. And I'm pretty sure that was the same situation for a lot of other people. And I think that boils down to when I hosted it. When I hosted Stuntman 3, I that was a terrible decision. A little secret for those of you here who are interested in hosting collaborations, large-scale community collaborations. This really only applies to large-scale community collaborations. The best time to host a collaboration to get as many people involved, big and small, is during the summer, because everyone has free time in the summer, animators and not. Everyone has free time during the summer, and they're looking to work with someone if they're into content creation. That is a fantastic time to host collaborations, whether it be one-on-one, a group of friends, or hundreds of people. Host your collabs in the summer. So from now on, that's the time that you can expect my collabs to be open, the large public-scaled ones, all during the summer. And I would say that would range from mid to late May to early August. That is the range to host your collaborations. I try to host my collab. I try to host Stuntman 3 more specifically in the winter. So it was announced right after the 15 Mat stream. It was announced during the 15 Mat stream, and it started pretty much as soon as it was announced. So I had been focusing on like the later half of fall and then early winter. That was the time period that people had to participate. Bad idea, because people are going to be really focused around family. That's Christmas time. It's the holiday season. I had predicted that would have been similar to summer because people would have off time, but in the summer you don't really you don't have much of an excuse to spend time with your family as you would during the holiday season. That is the time for family and friends, not so much participating in online collaborations. So just some tidbits for you all on when to host your collabs, because it does matter a lot. School plays an enormous role in participation. It's huge, is massive. So And with that said, no, I'm not currently hosting a large community collab, nor will I for about the next year. Um, you can expect probably the next big one to be hosted around next May, June, July, somewhere around there. But it definitely needs to be focused in the summer. So that is very important. I learned that from this one. That was I think that was the large mistake in this one. So, all right, that was a lot of talking. Any other questions? Bum, bum, bum. Bum, bum, bum. What's happening with Jonzo? I don't think he's participating in this community anymore, in the stick figure community, from what I've heard. I'm not going to say who told me, but someone did tell me that Jonzo um, thinks the stick figure community is toxic, which is really funny to me. I'm not going to get into it, but yeah, I don't think we're going to be expecting anything from Jonzo for at least a while, which personally I think is a good thing. Bum, bum, bum. Right now, you got to focus a bit to Gravity or other stuff. Yeah, there's other projects that I need to focus on. I am hosting a collaboration, but it is private, so I might release a trailer like a couple weeks before it gets released. Um, but I will say it is a synced collaboration. It is a synced collab, but it is private. The only way that you can get into it is if I come to you asking if you want to participate. Which at this point, I haven't had a single person tell me no yet, so I think that's a pretty good track record. Though it has admittedly been in production for a while because I keep putting it off, but I'm dedicated to finishing it. That is going to be the next collab that I release, big collab that I release. I might still have small ones similar to the Hamburger Helper collab or the Irony song, the AI video I just dropped. Those are all like shitpost quality collabs. So I have another legit synced collab coming fairly soon. I can't tell you when it will release because I honestly have no fucking clue. There's still a lot of work that needs to get done on it. But yeah, I'm getting back into synced collabs. And Gravity is kind of on pause right now, so I know my stream schedule is that Mondays and Tuesdays are supposed to be Gravity production. Something happened in the Gravity team that I don't really want to get into at the moment. I might get into it later when it's resolved. But talking about it in advance in a negative light might harm production further, so I'm not going to comment on that at the moment, though I do definitely have my own thoughts. Something happened within the team, and things need to get fixed. We need to take a few steps back once again before continuing production. But I can at least tell you that Gravity will be at minimum an hour and a half long. From my estimation, it might even be 2 hours long. So yeah. I am greatly thankful to making friends like you through this community, and it's great to be able to meet you, Lindsay. I'd love to get to meet you in person, but again, I don't want to push Shuri on that. But yeah, no, it's nice getting to talk to you consistently recently. Do you have any ideas for the next collab, or do you want to keep that secret for now? You mean like for the next big, like large-scaled one? I have no idea. I have no idea what I'm gonna do. I might have a few ideas, but I really don't know. Yeah, I have a fucking clue. And if I did, I wouldn't tell you. I wouldn't spoil it, because then someone else is gonna hear it, and they're like, I could do that before him and get all the clout. So I got to keep that under locks whenever I do come up with it. Bum bum bum. I want to ask about the general info about the Gravity characters because I have a headcanon animation I'm working on. Go ahead if you want to. I mean, I'm pretty open about production. The only thing that I can't tell you is how it'll end. That's pretty much what I've limited myself to. So, I suppose spoilers for anyone who cares. I don't know. Went down the wrong pipe. I'm good. Can I cut the very beginning of your Godzilla bit in the video? Handuna said something that is very Handuna thing to say. Yeah, go ahead. I don't care. I trust your judgment. What is the blue girl's relationship with Alan in her name? Oh, that's easy. Shira, the blue girl, is Alan's girlfriend. They've been in a relationship for a while at the point that we see them in the movie. They have moved in with each other. They are very close. They're not married, but they are definitely in a strong girlfriend-boyfriend relationship. God, pardon me. My God. Yeah, no, that wasn't really a spoiler. That's kind of something that we would already know. Some JP artists, I assume, just wrote a manifesto on the ranking system. He is almost saying identically what you said in the stream. Makes me wonder if he is watching this stream. Oh, interesting. His name is the animator or something, but yeah, I don't like the ranking system either. My friend just quit Yun's dojo because of it, sadly. Yeah, I kind of want to go back and talk about that because I am worried that the advancements and the projects that the dojo is starting and that they are sticking to is not helping the community at all. If anything, it's harming it further. I do think I agree with that. I don't know the legitimacy of that, but I think what they have been doing has not been great for the community. You know, I feel personally like I have had to come in and try to intervene myself to try and see what's going on and see if I can fix it. And as I've said earlier, it's just disappointing that they're being so defensive about it all. So, yeah. Kind of feels like classism. Yeah, that's a great way of putting it, 100%. I mean, as I said earlier in the stream, I think it's just, it's motivating the mindset of comparing yourself to everyone else. Do you think it's causing segregation? In a way, it could be. It is kind of saying that you're not this good at animating. So, you know, if someone's hosting a project for this certain kind of animator, it's telling you, oh, you're just not good enough. Don't even try. It can be demotivating if that's the mindset that you have. I don't think it's a good marketing decision. I personally think the ranking system is a terrible idea. I know that there are some people who really like it, and I don't want to take that away from them, but I do genuinely think changes have to be made. They're thinking too passively about it. They're under the mindset of, oh, some people are going to like it, and some people aren't. It's benefiting some people, but it's also not benefiting some people. That's fine. No, the point of the community is to bring everyone together, and what that mindset coming into this is providing is you being okay with people leaving because of this new system. Yet you're also trying to make the community more active, which this whole system seems counterintuitive of. So I don't know. I think it's ironic. I would think you would have a major word in the community. Did they like cuss you out? I had a word with them. I had already mentioned this earlier in the stream, so I'm not going to spend so much time talking about it, but I will explain for you. I had a discussion with the staff as well as Hyun, discussing my issues with it, mostly concerning the involvement of collabs relating to the animation rank system, um, and they just seem way too defensive about the whole thing, and I think that's totally inappropriate when you're leading this community to just ignore what people are saying and say, oh, they're overreacting. No, it is your job to be concerned with this level of a response. I haven't met a single person who has told me, outside of the staff, mind you, that has told me that limiting the collab's access to Ronin or higher was a good idea. Every person that I've spoken to about it thinks it's a terrible fucking idea, which I agree with. So I don't know. Yeah. But I have had a word in it, but they didn't cuss me out per se, but they did argue with me about it. They were very defensive. So it's going to be difficult going forward to convince them to take whatever ideas I do pitch. That's what I'm worried about, is whenever I do know that I have a good idea, is they're either going to say, that's too much work, or this system works good enough. They're too careless with it. You know? I just thought of something about fixing of the collab problem, and I thought having more animations would have helped their judgment of letting beginners in. But yeah, I guess that doesn't help. No, it doesn't. They're completely different skill sets. Managing and hosting something is not the same as art and animation, and you can't tell me they are similar, because they are not. There is a reason I am the production manager for Alan, but not an animator for Alan. I don't do anything visual on the Alan Becker team. And that's for a reason, because my strong skills are in managing and deadlines and talking to people. Those are my strengths, and I understand that. I am okay with that. They're completely different from animation, which is why it should not even be linked. That's what I don't understand. No. I'm just frustrated. I think I'm frustrated because I know what they could be doing to help improve the community and interaction within the community and collaboration within the community, but everything that they're doing is just anti that. They're like trying to close it off more and more, which is a terrible strategy. Because this community is built around collaboration. Literally, the tagline is "make things together," or something like that. It's similar to that. But it seems like they're just actively trying to push that away. So I don't understand the decisions they're making or where that's coming from. So I don't know. Bum, bum, bum. Hi, Attendo. Just joined the stream. Saw my post by someone called the Animator. I think I know who you guys are talking about. I think I might know them. Quickly went to the stream and found out what this issue is. Never even heard about it until this post. Yeah, no, I would. I mean, I've pretty much spent the whole stream talking about it at this point, which I don't have much of an issue with. I'm just worried that there might be some people in this stream who aren't that interested in the conversation. But then again, thinking about that, I haven't seen a single person say, "Can we talk about something else?" But I'm also worried of repeating myself, because I want people to stay and chill in the stream. So I would recommend watching the beginning of the stream. I'd skip forward like 10-15 minutes to get to the discussion. But yeah, I talk about it a lot more in depth and give you my thoughts on it as well. Yes, I agree. It's a terrible system. I don't know why they were so strong in adding it, and I definitely don't know why they're so defensive. At least it hasn't been implemented, right? No, it's implemented. It's active. Everything that we have discussed, that's happening now. You cannot post in the collabs thread if you have Monk or Grasshopper. That is just, you don't have access to it, flat out. Let's ranting stream July 2020. Hey man, I mean, people are interested in the topic, and I'm interested in the topic, so fuck it, you know. I was just doing it as a test. Yeah, similarly myself. I was testing it out when it was in beta stages. Um, I was one of the first groups to have access to it because I'm a dojo partner. So that's who they opened it up to, was all the partners. And we gave our initial feedback, and you know, I was open to the idea at first, but then once it was opened to a larger community, a larger part of the community, I quickly realized how I believe it could have a negative impact on the community. So I was for it, and I did have very early beta access to it. But in hindsight, I don't like it. I mean, now I don't like it. I wish I had seen the issues earlier before they had started to farther distribute the idea. And I also want to preface, it's not like I'm vocalizing my thoughts on this on stream. First, I have vocalized all of my thoughts to this with the correct people, with the person who came up with the idea, as well as the people who are running this whole rank system, Hyun himself included. I vocalized my responses very heavily, and I've given them my thoughts. But unfortunately, every time that I do, it seems like they just want to defend it, which is of their right. They're okay too. I just don't understand why. So people who are already in the collab Discord, they'll just get kicked out. Am I already out of that Discord? Granted, I haven't really used that Discord much. So you're not going to get kicked from the Discord server. You're just not going to be allowed to host collabs on there. Everyone who is currently hosting a collaboration on the collabs thread, they're keeping it and they're able to continue it until it's either abandoned or finished. But as of now, you cannot create a new collab if you are under the rank of Ronin. Which again, just to nail this in, they originally said would be Ninja. So you're not going to get kicked from the server. They're just limiting the ability to host collaborations. Because I have seen some inactive forms, but like it's causing like some really good people having a hard time to reach connections. Exactly. That's the core issue. Is it's denying people who aren't that skilled in animation the ability to host a collaboration. And I don't know how many times I can nail it in the coffin that they're incredibly different skills. So they should have nothing to do with each other. I don't know why this was their solution, but it was not the right solution. Oh, no, I understand what you were saying, Giant X. No, this is not in the collab server. That is under my control. And I still don't really know what I'm going to do with having other people host collaborations in the collab server. But I don't understand the dojo Discord doing that. But no, that does not apply to the collabs Discord server. That is all mine. That's separate from the dojo. I'd like to make that clear. There could be better ways to incentivize getting better at animations and collab hosting. It goes both ways. This ranking system just seems silly to me. But you're still free to join collabs, but you can't make one unless you're that rank. I believe so, yes. So people who are over Ronin, they can make collabs, and I believe any rank can participate in that collab, unless stated otherwise. What happened to the Ultra Combo template? I'm sure it's still out there, and I do have access to it. It's just not of my right to publicize it, because it's not mine. I just ended up getting my hands on it and made a video about it. So, I will not be releasing that for anybody. I had a lot of people ask me that, and I'm not going to release that template. It is not mine to release. Isn't there a loophole you can sneak your way in? IDK sounds fun. I don't know if that's important, if you can loophole your way in. Me and Pyman actually discussed a possible loophole as if you're co-hosting a collaboration. I feel like that might end up becoming the meta if people actually used the collab forms. This might end up killing the collab forms entirely. Just a thought. But a way to get around it is to co-host it with someone who does have that rank. So then they can open it up on the collab forms. It's a good loophole. If I was in that position, I would do it. I would talk to someone who has a higher rank than me and co-host it. But really all they would do is just promote it because they have a higher rank. I feel like collabs are a major thing for starting animation. It's like a quest in a game that you gotta milk to get better at animating, you know? I guess that's the one route you can take it in, but also keep in mind that the founders of animation did not rely on that. They worked together on things, but I don't know if that... It's not the same as the kind of collaborations that we're discussing. I was wondering, like, what if a monk had a really good idea, but someone just made the form for them, and they were the ones running everything? Like, what would happen? I think that would be fine. I mean, my idea, if I were to do this, say that this was taking place in 2017, and I didn't have access to upload a post to the Dojo forum page, and because my communication skills are good, I would have asked someone with that rank, with the necessary rank, to go ahead and co-host it with me. And I'd pretty much just have them post it. And then, you know, I would have access to comment and reply to everything, so I would just run everything from there. It's stupid that they can't just do that on their own, though. Yeah, that's the whole point of this conversation. I agree. It's stupid. Do you think a public rally would change that system or just outright remove it? I would like to see them change it. I would like to see them remove the introduction of limiting collabs using the ranking system. I don't want those two to be connected at all, period. And I don't think anyone's going to argue with me on that. No way, except unless you're Dojo staff, then you're going to argue with me on it. I'm getting a little hostile there. I don't intend to, but I'm just frustrated. I don't think a rally would do anything, though. I don't want to cause a rally to happen. That sounds like a very immature way to come at critique. But then again, they are being very defensive. And they're thinking that everyone's just overreacting about this when they are actively trying to kill the community. I think. In my opinion, they are killing the community doing shit like this. I mean, it's getting people talking about it, but not in a good way. It's creating arguments, controversy. It's breaking up friend groups. That's not what a community should be doing. When you introduce a feature, they should be discussing it, like when the Dojo Duels system was introduced. People loved that. They ate that right up. So why is it now when they introduce something, people just get so fed up? Don't get me wrong, I love the dojo and I love the staff behind it. They're all great people. I'm not saying that they're terrible people for doing this. I'm just saying I don't understand their mindset. I don't understand the thought process going into these decisions. Because to me, it just seems, I mean, to everyone else as well, this seems like a bad idea. Maybe not the ranking system. Some people, again, think it's a good idea. And I think that it just needs to be optional. It needs to be entirely optional to participate in the ranking system. But what they're doing is they're beginning to implement systems that require you to participate in the ranking system to unlock other parts of the Discord. And it's a slippery slope when they start doing that with collabs. So, Waiting for the rise and fall of Jan's Dojo community video by Sunny V2. No. What do you think the silver lining? What do you think the silver lining is here, or is there even any? What needs to happen, in my opinion, is completely separate the ranking system from everything else in the dojo. Absolutely everything else. It doesn't need to be a highlight of the community that there's a ranking system. That should be an addition of joining. If that's something that appeals to you, you should be able to opt in. And if you find out that you don't like it, you should be able to opt out easily. There should not be a heavy focus on it. It can be a great system for some people. I don't want to take it away from some people, but it should not be mandatory to use in any circumstance. For example, hosting collaborations. I cannot get over that decision. The first thing they should do is completely separate the ability to host collabs from the ranking system entirely, because you're essentially locking a feature of the community's Discord server behind the ranking system, which I would say it's like a 50-50. 50% of people don't like it, 50% of people do like it. And again, it's perfectly fine if you like it. It is also perfectly fine if you don't like it. Where they go wrong is when they start locking things behind the ranking system. Completely separate it. Come up with a new system for the collabs if that's what needs to happen. And fuck, my brain is all over the place. I apologize. Separate the two, create a new system for collabs, and then allow people to opt out of the ranking system. They can try it out, but they should not have to keep the role. I wonder, can you do that currently, or am I stuck in the ranking system now that I've applied for it? Start here, rank. Because it would suck if I had to get a mod to remove it for me. There should be something that I can do myself to remove those roles from me. Because that should be the first thing they should do. Well, no, the first thing should be to disconnect collabs and rankings. The second thing should be to allow people to opt out. And then the third thing should be to let people... Well, no, not let people, but to come up with a new system for collabs. And honestly, if they deny my ideas that I end up coming up with for hosting collabs and the collab form in general, I'll do it. I'm going to do it. I'll implement it into the collab server. You have my word on that, because I want to encourage that level of community growth. Because it's stupid how they're limiting it. Yeah, no, I can't find a way to get rid of my roles, unfortunately. So I would have to ask a mod to get rid of it for me and to opt me out of it. So I'm going to bring that up with them. It's not just going to be something that I say here and wait for them to do. I'm going to take action, and I'm going to ask them to remove it. But as everything else that I've stated, I don't know if they're going to budge on it, unfortunately. They seem pretty damn stubborn about it. I hope that they end up listening to the community, because the community is the point. And if they're not listening to the community, what are you doing? Why are you in this business? Collab server overtaking Hyun's dojo. I mean, the dojo does what the dojo does. What I do is what I do. I don't want to compete those two. Those are two separate entities in my head. But if the dojo ends up tearing itself apart with these decisions, I'll take over. I'm not going to take over. That's the wrong choice of words. But I'm going to apply community into the collab server. You know. No one's going to make drama out of this, right? That's going to be stupid. No, there's no drama. There's no drama over this shit. It's just, it's an intense discussion, I guess. Depends on who you're talking about it with. For some people, it probably doesn't even matter to them that this whole debacle is happening. But for people like me, this is a big deal to me. We need to make picket fences. Yes. That's funny. But yeah, again, if they don't take my ideas and I think that they're really good, I will implement them. I will allow you all to host collaborations on the Collab server. That is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. I didn't know where to go with it, but this has given me an idea, you know? But no, not drama. This is not drama. It's just discussion. So. What is Collab server? Is it a server full of personal collabs, or the Collab server is where I host all of my collaborations? And when I had built it, that was one of its intentions, was for it to be where I host my own collaborations. But I also wanted it to be where you can host your own collaborations and you can promote them. I wanted it to be a community server in that aspect. So I definitely want to continue with that idea going forward now that we are all discussing this. That is giving me motivation for that. And, you know, if the system works well and Kyun wants to implement it into the Dojo Discord, great, he can do that. But I'm also going to do it in the Collab server. So either way, you're going to see it in my server. Don't turn into a rebel. I'm not trying to be a rebel. I'm just passionate, okay? Like, I'm still friends with them. We're all still buddies. I just don't agree with this decision. I'm actually going to ask right now. Chat ranks. Is there a way to opt out of the ranking system, by the way? Is this implemented? Yeah, that's good. All right. We have about 20 minutes left of the stream. Yeah, any other questions? Either relating to the rankings or not? Bum bum bum. La-di-da. I want to know about the body in the closet. Is there a body in there? You'll have to find out. I don't know how, but you'll have to. I ain't gonna tell you. Bum 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 bum. Are you going to host another show and tell stream without the tell? I mean, hopefully the next time that I do it, if I do it, we do it with the tell. That would be fun. Next boogie, is it a thing or was it a troll? No, the next boogie is real. I need to start building the layout and the animatic for it. But yeah, no, it's legit. Like, I have the story ready and I have the music ready. There's gonna be 2 tracks in it this time instead of just 1, and they will transition. So, but it will be difficult to animate. It's an ambitious one. Probably thinks you implemented this according to his tweet, so it's hard. So I heard about this being implemented, but I didn't understand it would remove forms. Yeah. Wait, why would they think that I implemented it? Did you know the Cookie Clicker has an OST? Sure, I guess. Probably because you're dojo partner. I used to think you were like head of Hyun's dojo along with some others, kind of like council. Oh no. No, I don't have any say in the decisions that get made in the dojo. I am separate. What partner means is that it honestly doesn't mean much. It mostly means that you have a purple name, which at this point is pointless, which is fine. But being a partner, it is supposed to. How do I say it? Because at this point, it really only was visual, and now that the ranking system is above the partner rank, there is no system for there is no reason for the partner role to exist. If the partners are participating in the ranking system, I will add. I mean it used to mean things, but now it doesn't, so it doesn't even matter. So it just kind of sets you apart, or it did set you apart. The animator sent a friend request, and I assume that's the person who posted the thing. Let's see, is this who I thought it was? No. I don't recognize you. Though, unfortunately, I will not accept the friend request, because I don't accept friend requests from people I do not know, so apologies. Appreciate it, but no. You can still message me. I have requests open, that's fine. But unless I know you, you're not going to be friends on Discord. You have to be cool to be friends with me on Discord. If I don't friend you, you're not cool enough. You're a loser. You're a stinky loser baby. And you should stay that way. How do you get partner role? Well, it was really just if you made consistent quality content, then you would get a partner role. But then also I think 1 or 2 people got partner role because I told Hyun to give them partner role. So at a certain point, Hyun was just like, I'm just handing them out like cookies, you know. Yeah, you just need to provide consistent quality content. That's it. That's all you need to do. It's actually not that bad. It's a lot of lo-fi tracks made by C418. Really? Interesting. I might have to look at that. What's your opinion on Kit Kats? I love Kit Kats. They're one of my favorite candies. It's so good. You ever had butter on a Pop? What the fuck? Have I ever had butter on a Pop-Tart? That sounds wrong. That's wrong. I don't like that. I just don't. Joke's on you. You messaged me first. You didn't even need to. You didn't need to be cool to DM me. Well, you know. Alright, how much more time we got left in the stream? We got like 13 minutes left. Get some last minute questions in before the end of the stream. Hit me with them. Oh yeah, vey. Mamma mia. What server did you guys hear about this in? Is it a private server or public? Bum, bum, bum. Know any cool trivia about chairs? I think your chair might have some history. Yeah, no, my fat ass broke this chair already. There you go. That's your fun history. I've been stuffing it with folded paper to keep the back straight. Somewhat. To keep it on. So. What is your address? Just wondering. Oh, that's a good question. It's like an ARG. The clues are out there. You just have to find it. Don't actually. Is it raining at your place? Because I hear the sound of rain. No, it's on the lo-fi track that I have up. Because I like the sound of rain. It's calming. It's relaxing. I like it. But it is not raining over here. Though it is cloudy. It might rain. Is it going to rain? It might rain. No, it is not going to rain. Favorite animator? Gilded Guy, probably. He's good. This shit's good, bro. Also, hi, Igor. Hi. Hello. I feel like I was being a little rude when I was saying that the dojo is kind of ruining itself implementing these systems, but there is still some truth to that statement. I'm just disappointed that they're not taking the steps to listen to people and take their thoughts into consideration. They're just deflecting everything. I think that's my concern. You know, I don't want to sound mean and rude, but I'm passionate about it. So sometimes I'm going to let my emotions drag the conversation. And if anyone on the staff is listening to this currently or will listen to this after the stream is over, do not take offense to this. I do still respect you. As I said, I just don't understand the decisions you're making. I would like to help. I just would like for you all to listen and just take these words into consideration. Listen to the community more than telling them off and saying that they're making a big deal out of nothing, because they're not. They have a point. We want you to listen. We want this community to improve with you. We're not being toxic just to get a reaction. So. Yeah. What's Cassian's deal? Guess you'll have to find it in the movie, won't you? Alright, 10 minutes, boys and girls. 10 minutes. Imagine a live-action Gravity movie. No. I would hate that. It's intended to be animated. Making it IRL is kind of defeating the stylistic choice. Yeah, that's something I don't want to do with the movie, is allow it to go on for too long and do too much stuff with it. It has to stop at one point. So I think like 2 movies. Okay, so say the first movie is really successful and people are hooked on it. I would do a max of 2 movies. I do some YouTube shorts. That's kind of already in production. I don't want to do comics. I don't think that's necessary. I would do a short film. 2 movies, a short film, YouTube shorts. I think that's it. That's all I'd want to do. I don't want to drag the what do you call it? It's not a brand. I don't want to drag it on for too long. You know what I mean. When will you have an address raffle? Oh, that's a good question. When I hit 100,000 subscribers, there you go. Make it happen. Did you hear that? Yeah, it was a fart. It's coming from the same guy trying to voice his opinions on the internet. That's what you get. We need the Gravity multiverse. We don't. We do not. I'm not pulling in Avengers or a Marvel with this. Once the story that I have to tell is told, it's ending. All the good things must come to an end or some shit, you know. You know how it goes. You don't need me to tell you. Two movies, some shorts, and sell a lot of marketable plushies and merch. Charge ridiculous amount of money. Also, life is fine. I think I will probably do Gravity merch. Definitely. I would like to do that. I think that would be fun. But I don't want to rely on the marketing of Gravity. You know, like it'll be products up there if people want it, because I'm sure people would ask for it. But I don't want the profit of the series to drag on how long it goes on for. It might be like maybe a limited time drops of Gravity merch. Who knows? Does the thought of a Shay movie or one of your other characters entice you later down the line? I have no idea. No idea. Could not. I genuinely do not know. Like as far as I am thinking right now is finishing the second movie, if that even is an option. Like I got nothing after that, but I got quite a few years to do that, so I'm good. I am good on that, bro. Why is everyone interested in your intro? It's a bit. It's a meme. It's just silly. But do get me to 100,000 subscribers, though. That would be funny. That'd be really funny. That'd be so funny if we did that. Like, it would be so funny if you all got me to 100,000 subscribers. It'd be really funny. Shame X Katiana the movie. I think if I do continue Shame's story in any way, I will include the ship. Because it's fun. Yeah, that ship is canon, by the way. Because fuck you. Just so you all know. Like, that's legit. I wasn't joking about that. It's been canon for a while, too. At least on my end. I can't speak for Ralvin. But I don't even know if Ralvin's doing anything with Katiana anymore. Though I did notice a funny thing that I did predict is that when it was announced as canon and that I liked it, people stopped doing it. Proving my point. Robbie broke. He didn't break me. The thing was that I enjoyed it all along, but I understand that the internet runs off of spite and they will do things that you don't want them to if you vocalize your concerns about it. So because I liked it, I was like, I want to make a bit out of this. I'm just going to say that I don't like the ship, and then people will continue the ship because they know that it irritates me, and they'll want to get a reaction out of me. And it worked beautifully, but then it got too far. Not going to get into that. So then I was like, okay, yeah, no, I actually do like it. Let's stop that shit. Yeah, someone kind of ruined it. But then the moment that I announced that I actually liked it and that it was canon in my eyes, um, people stopped caring about it. That's just how the internet works. First of all, how old is Shane? I don't know. He's like 18, something like that. Indefinitely. He's like Ash Ketchum. He doesn't age. He's just the same age for a long time. Got your crystals in the pockets like a drug dealer. All right. Well, we got about how many minutes? Yeah, about like 2.5 minutes until the stream ends. So thank you all for dropping by. I appreciate it. Thanks for having that discussion with me about the ranking system. I'm glad to have a bunch of other people to talk about it with. Yeah, hopefully things change soon. Don't know if they will, but I will do my best on my end to do everything I can. But don't send the mods or Hyun any hate. Don't send anyone any hate. It's not mature. It's not responsible. No one wants that. No one likes that. So just be mature about it. I'm just expressing my concerns vocally to the public. For those who care, really. Glasses without glasses, I bet. Those are contacts. You've just described contacts. Also, do you really want to look at this? I can't read a fucking thing on my monitor. I can't read a damn thing you guys are saying. Let's see how close I can get until I can actually read it. Okay, no. There we go. I am like literally that far away from the monitor before I could read your guys' messages. Let's see what you're saying. I will go snap at him. No, don't do that. No, Igor. Stop it. Stop it. I will be sending the mods and Hyun hate from you. No, don't. That send is blind. Dude, I am so blind without my glasses. I can't reach. I can see things, but they more or less just form into blobs. So I can barely read anything right now. What time is it? How much longer have we got? We got like a minute, less than a minute. Yeah. Oh, people are responding. Interesting. What are you guys saying? Has anyone asked for a sock renewal? What does that mean? I will send Hyun your address so you two can fight. Yeah, that sounds fine. Actually, never mind. He'd fucking clock my ass, dude. Hyun is jacked. I will give him that. Dude is fit. Dude's a fit guy. Alright, well, I think that's the end of the stream. So, thank you all for joining. Thank you all for dropping by. I appreciate it. Oh, I can see you guys so much better. Yeah, I appreciate you all for dropping by. Thanks for having this discussion with me. I enjoyed it. I will be back tomorrow animating something. It won't be Gravity because, again, I have things to sort out behind the scenes in Gravity before we can continue with actual Gravity production, unfortunately. But whenever I can continue with Gravity, I will. You have my word on that. There's just some hiccups. So tomorrow, I don't know what I'll animate, but I will animate something. Feel free to drop by and chill. So thank you all for dropping by. I appreciate it. I'll see you on the next stream. Oh, what the fuck? That's broken. You guys don't see that. you didn't see that. Why is your name a 10 to 360? What a great question.